If you're looking to start your own home-based business or looking at MLM and currently investigating Herbalife International, I did some research and you should know about the pros and cons I found of the business before you go and start investing your own time, money, and energy in there. And just to give you an overall picture, and for time, I did 4 pros and 4 cons. Now for the pros of Herbalife International, it's got a easy setup. So if you don't know anything about business or don't know much, not really sure about marketing or websites, it does have a turnkey step-by-step system to where you can really just click a few things, put in your information, and then just by the click of a button, you'll really have your own business set up and your own website set up. So it's a great turnkey system there. Also has quality products. Now, it is backed by science and nutritionists both within the company and also third-party clinical trials that have been researched because they are in a regulated industry, being on the New York Stock Exchange and being in nutrition. So they do have various trials to show that their products are safe, that they work, and that they abide by all the laws that they're governed by. And they also have a very easy step-by-step system for consuming the product. So whether you or people that you're trying to sell to are wondering about how they're supposed to take it, it does have a very easy step-by-step plan for weight loss, maintenance, or weight gain. So either way, that's covered, and because they've been in the business so long, they've got that fine-tuned. Has great potential for commissions. Because it is multi-level marketing, a big part of your income base is getting a percentage from the productivity of your downline. So once you teach people how to set up their own business and be successful with it, you do get a percentage base of that. And because it goes down vertically by 6 tiers, you've got 6 levels of a downline you can get commissions from, and it's got unlimited horizontal line. There's as many people as you can possibly get into the business on each of those tiers, and you get that percentage on a monthly basis based on their productivity. That can have great income potential. And the last pro I'm going to go for you with this is interactive sales calls. You can actually, when you're first starting out, you can have your mentors, anybody up your upline chain of your mentors can be conferenced in on the sales call and actually be there helping you sell or actually do it for you for your initial business opportunities and your initial customers. So they can be right there with you. And as you get more comfortable, they will actually be on the call with you and hear what you're doing and find out, help you fine-tune and hone your skills of being comfortable and confident on the phone. So it's great to have that, and they also do that with meetings to where you can conference call in and listen to what they're doing as well. Now, for the cons, it does have a high startup cost. It is very heavy on inventory. So when you're first starting up, you have to buy so much inventory to get as high up in the chain of the profit margin as you possibly can be to really set yourself up to get a great return on investment and quick as possible. So it is heavy on inventory, and you do end up having a lot of all these nutrition products that you're selling to other people, and it can be very nerve-wracking once you actually see these tangible items that you've got to sell to make your money back and make a profit. It can be very overwhelming and all of a sudden that shell shock of what's going on. So it does have high inventory costs that are associated with it. It also has other high startup costs to it of hardware and software that you need to do. Because this is heavy on calling people, you need software to make you more efficient and effective. So you need software to where it can really do it automated for you, both with calling and with voicemail. So you do have to have costs like that you don't necessarily know about until you get into the company. Put the marketing plan as a con for a couple of reasons. The first is that it's very heavy on your local network marketing. So 2 reasons that can be a con. One is that not everybody has the same influence over their local market as the next person. So if you're someone that doesn't have much authority or isn't as well respected among your peers to be able to tell them about a business opportunity that they could go in with you on, or that they don't consider you very credible or an authority figure about nutrition, then you'll have a hard time with it. The other part of that is that you may not have quality prospects within your market. They may not be interested at all, or not the type of person who would be, very successful in a business opportunity, and they might not be interested in that, and not willing to buy into that. They also may not be into nutrition, especially shake-based diets, because that's primarily what Herbalife diet stuff is. That's what their products are. So they may not be a quality market to get into to even target to begin with, and you might be fighting an uphill battle there too. The other con of the marketing plan is that with multi-level marketing, the con of it is that you're relying on other people for your income. Because it's percentage based off of their productivity, you're relying on other people's work ethic, their productivity, their overall knowledge, and their hard work. Essentially, you're relying on the fact that you're expecting them to treat this as a full-time business. And if they treat it as a part-time business, then you've got to just keep on doing constant recruiting to get people into it. So that can be a con for people who don't like the fact of constant recruiting in order to make their monthly income. The third con of it is they set you up with a franchise site. So there's no unique value proposition that sets you apart from the competition. You can't brand yourself or promote yourself with the initial franchise site. Essentially, when they go on there, it's just acting like an online cash register. And the fourth and final con is live meeting structure. And the reason that's a con is that you've got to play the hustle and wait game and pause your life in order to get to the meeting. So if you've got, some sort of a birthday, some sort of a date with a significant other, something fun like Monday Night Football, unless you can, get your laptop in front of the TV and focus on both of them at the same time, then you've got to make a decision whether to be at the live trainings, and if you're later, you miss it, then you miss all the training that was involved in that. And you also have to hope once you get to that training that that's something that you need, something that can better yourself as a person and better your business. Now, when I looked at the opportunity, I passed on it, and for 3 reasons. One being that it was high inventory costs and high inventory management. I didn't want to have to deal with any of the inventory that was going on. I also didn't like the franchise site. I didn't like the idea of my site not being unique in its value or unique in its look. I didn't like the idea that I couldn't control or update the site as I saw fit. It was just there and that's how it was set. And lastly, didn't like the idea that I was marketing to my network and that's how I was starting my business. I want to be able and actually use the website to my advantage, to be able to leverage it by marketing it over the internet in multiple ways. So didn't like the idea that it was set on me starting the business with the local market that I've got, because I live in a small town, and if I start hanging out with people only to pitch them the business, then I'm really labeled and branded as that person that just wants to spend time with you in order to brand the product over the service, and that's the last thing you want, to be branded as a sales pitch person with people reluctant to even be around you. So I wanted that avenue to be able to leverage my time and my business by networking and marketing over the internet. So besides those factors that I wasn't attracted to, what I was looking for is something that was more service rather than product oriented. That way I don't have to deal with any administrative expenses or administrative duties like tracking things and making sure people have orders. Instead, I can focus on more revenue generating activities rather than doing things like tedious work like going to the mailbox. I also like the idea more of being able to brand myself and promote myself, provide that unique value to people so that it's not centered around, some corporate site that looks the exact same to other people. There's power in people knowing your name and getting to know your unique value proposition. And finally, having a automated internet sales system, basically being able to use the internet to market the idea to all the masses of people who'd be interested in the product or the idea or the service, whatever it may be, and then really be able to use a automated sales system to really let the website and the advertising do the work for you, rather than you having to be attached to every single call that goes in there, especially when you've got ratios to where a certain amount of people are not going to be interested in the product or the service or the business, and certain people are. And that way you can really save time by filtering those people out, by letting the system do the work for you and find out who's really serious about the business. And so there's really the power in not only marketing in multiple avenues and advertising in various ways, but all having it filter into the same type of system, so it really leverages your time by doing it for you. So to see the company that I went with and that fit my criteria, check out the link below, and I've also got a link to the report that I used a lot of this research for that helped me understand what the pros and cons were of Herbalife International, so you can check it out yourself. So check out the link below, check out the company that fit my criteria, and also get your copy of the report that really shows the ins and outs of MLMs such as Herbalife International.